This video is going to show you how to use the Desmos graphing calculator, just one of the Desmos tools included in selected Cambridge Maths products. For a guide to use the Cambridge Desmos interactive widgets, see our other video. To launch the Desmos graphing calculator, all you need to do is direct yourself to the relevant unit section and click on the Desmos graphing calculator icon, which is located in the toolbar. From here, you've got the option to reposition this tile by dragging it. Or what we'd recommend is to full screen it by clicking on this button. The graphing calculator contains a section for inputs on the left hand side. You can hide this section by clicking on the hide list button. It also contains an on-screen keyboard for those using a tablet device. It also contains a coordinate plane. If you wish to zoom in on a particular point, what you can do is you can double click and the zoom will center around the point that you've clicked. Alternatively, you can use the scroll on your mouse to zoom, or you can use the buttons at the top right just over here. And if you're using a tablet device, you can just use the standard 2-finger zoom. We can look at some more graph settings by clicking on the settings button just over here. From here, we've got the option to enable projector mode, which will essentially darken the line so it's more visible when you use a projector. You've got the option to toggle the grid lines on and off, the axes numbers, the minor grid lines. You can change the scale of the axes, you can change the step size, as well as add a label for each axis. Let's look at the input section a little bit more. The input section contains expression fields. This is where you can type in functions or expressions, coordinate points, or tables. There are two ways that you can enter any of those things. The first one is to click into one of the expression fields and type it in. The second way is to click on the plus sign and add it in from here. Now that I've shown you the basic areas of the Desmos graphing calculator, I'm going to show you how you can use it. And we're going to start with coordinate points. If we type in a point, but use the incorrect notation, Desmos will actually alert you with an error that you've typed it in incorrectly. As soon as we've typed in our point correctly, it's updated in the coordinate plane. From here, we've got the option to add a label, and we can change the settings of this point by clicking on this circle and holding down. You've got the option to change the style, the direction in which you can drag it in, coordinate plane, and the color of the coordinate point. If you wish to add in multiple points in the same expression field, all you need to do is separate the points by using a comma. Again, this will update automatically in the coordinate plane. At this stage, I'd like to introduce the feature of the slider. If we type in another point, but use a pronumeral or variable, Desmos will automatically detect that the variable a has the option to take on multiple values. From here, we can actually adjust the value of a by using the slider. And again, it's reflected in the coordinate plane. You can also click where the value of a is written and type in your own value of a. If you want, you can also change the range of values that a can take. And there's also the option of including a step size. If you leave it blank, it will be a continuous variable. Now, if we want to see this as an animation, what we can do is we can click on the play button. Now let's move on to linear equations. Let's type in a linear equation and see how it's reflected in the coordinate plane. If we hover our mouse over the top where the intercepts are, the point will actually pop up. What you can do is you can click on those points and they will stay on the coordinate plane until you go back to the input section. We can also evaluate this expression for certain values of x by using the same principle. All we need to do is go back to the expression field and let's type in x equals 3. To evaluate this expression for when x equals 3, all we need to do is locate the point of intersection, wait for the coordinate point to pop up, and we can click on it to make sure it stays there. So when x equals 3, the expression will equal 4. We can use this same principle to evaluate simultaneous equations. So let's get rid of our x equals 3 and put another linear equation. Again, all we need to do is locate the point of intersection in the coordinate plane, wait for the point to pop up, and click on the point. So the point of intersection is 1, 0. If we would like to add in sliders to our expressions, we can do that by just putting in a pronumeral or a variable. Instead of a slider, we could also use a list of values for c. So all we need to do is type in c equals square bracket, then the list of values that you'd like, close square bracket, and all the expressions will be updated in the coordinate plane. Now the last feature I'm going to show you is the benefits of using function notation. If we rewrite this expression in function notation, so f of x equals 2x minus 2, the benefit is we can use that defined function in other lines of input. For example, if we wish to evaluate this equation for when x equals 2, all we need to do is type in f of 2, and the answer is just over here. We can also use it to produce a table of values. So let's type in our table, x equals 1, and let's put in our defined function. As soon as we type in our values of x, it will automatically be updated in the other cells, as well as the coordinate plane. Now that's it for this basic video of how to use the Desmos graphing calculator.